everyone. Hope you're all doing well and running safe. We've got a hot day today. It's actually about 100 degrees outside right now while I'm running. But it's a nice dry heat, and I'm gonna be running some 200 meters today, both on flat and on the hills. It's the second time I've done this workout for the Chicago Marathon training block, and we've got some good shade, so it actually feels pretty good. It feels very reminiscent of Arizona, where I just was, where it was 100 degrees at night, but dry. And you know, yeah, we have some sun out now, but to be honest, my body feels pretty used to it as long as I stay in the shade. And again, the dry weather is kind of helpful, making it feel comfortable. So we're about a mile in, just doing a little bit of an extended warm-up again since we missed Monday, as far as just an easy run on Monday, and it's feeling good. Not even sweating too much yet, so I think we'll have plenty of time to do our 200 meter workout before my body's had enough of the heat. So we're getting to the point in any training block where the mileage just starts to add up, and frankly, your legs start to feel tired. That's pretty common. That's not abnormal. That's why it's important to have some of those dips and down weeks when you're training for a marathon, because it's just going to happen. The mileage builds up and your legs feel tired. And I've hit that point now that I've done, you know, a 15-mile run last weekend. The mileage has just generally been higher overall, and here we are, you know, doing a speed workout not too far out from when I'm going to have a 17-mile run over the next weekend. So what I chose to do is just break out my older pair of Next Percent 2, and the reason I do this, just like I've mentioned before, is for recovery. I believe pretty heavily in these shoes, and I think if you see a lot of other running channels or just people who talk about running on posts and blogs and Instagram and whatnot, Twitter, you'll find that other people tend to agree that even if you're not racing, the ZoomX foam or some of the other, you know, carbon fiber plated racing shoes with a nice soft and tall stack height just help with that recovery as your legs are tiring out. So I chose to wear them today. Again, an older pair. I think I actually wrote like Chicago, New York City 2019 on these because they were my racing shoes and then they were, you know, quote unquote retired. But I broke them out just again because if I can get this workout in and get some recovery back in the legs a little bit quicker for Friday, Saturday, you know, into that weekend long run, I'm hoping that again, it'll just put me in a better position to actually complete my 17 miles without feeling too exhausted. And, you know, again, the cycle continues. If you're too tired and you're just staying fatigued, you're never going to recover. So I want to make sure that I'm getting the right recovery and my legs are feeling good each day before I go into another hard workout or a long run. It's just like how I like to do it. So Vaporfly Next Percent, 200 meters flat, 6 of them, then 200 meters on the hill, 4 of those. So let's do it. All right, that's 6 on flat. My hands are getting really sweaty, so I think I'm gonna put down the camera and we'll go over the workout once I finish the hill section. And yeah, just proof that we could still get it done in the heat. It honestly feels pretty good right now for me in the shade. The hill is unfortunately in the sun, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll talk about it in just a second when I can show you all the paces. We're gonna try and be smart about it. The blacktop is gonna be hotter than the white sidewalk, so I'm gonna do it on the white sidewalk. So hopefully it's a little cooler than radiating from the blacktop. Okay, we survived the heat. A pretty good workout today. We'll start off with the 6x200 on flat. Again, that portion of the run was in the shade. It really felt pretty refreshing. It didn't feel that bad. It definitely didn't feel like 100 degrees. And I think, again, it just has to do with the very low humidity today. Even though it was hot, if I was in the shade, I was feeling pretty comfortable. So those 6 200s, really not too eventful. Everything went just what I would expect. Nice progression, just a little bit faster each time, so I know I wasn't overexerting myself and then, effectively slowing down towards the end because I couldn't keep up with the pace that I set. So very happy with the first 6. Then we got to the hills, and for the hills, I definitely went a little bit fast. It was probably a little bit less than 200 meters, maybe closer to like 180, something like that. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. It was still a solid hill climb, and I was flying out of the gate because I was hitting like 38-second 200 meters, which is definitely fast, especially for the hills. By the 4th rep, I kind of noticed that I was going fast, so I slowed down quite a bit, and it felt slow. And then you can see in the 4th one, I pretty much ended up right back where I was. So for whatever reason, when I see the hill in front of me, I just tend to go a little bit fast. I kind of go bursting out of the gates. Something I got to work on, because obviously I don't want to be doing that too much or too hard if it's just not in line with where my fitness currently is. I just want to throw in one little tip as well. Keep in mind that these 200 or 400 meter workouts that I've been doing, if you're adopting them into your routine, you're not training for a race, most likely that you're going to be exploding out of the blocks on a track. So I like to do a very easy rolling start. You take a few steps behind the starting line and make sure you roll right into it. You'll even see a lot of times when I do my workouts, I kind of do like a big exaggerated circle and then I go right back into the next rep. That's just so I'm not coming to a stop and then exploding out of the blocks, because that's not what I need for marathon, half marathon, even a 5K, 10K road race. And frankly, if you are running on a track and you are using blocks, or you do need a fast start, you know very well that there are workouts specifically for that. This really isn't the place for it. So to avoid injury, again, you don't need to burst out of your starting position. You just kind of casually run through, and as you get across the line, you can pick up speed and meet the pace of your 200, 400, etc. So that's my little tip for today. Other than that, the shoes felt good. They definitely had me moving a little bit quickly, and I'm feeling pretty good now later in the day, so I think it was a good call, and I might be doing my long runs sooner rather than later for this week, so hopefully my legs are refreshed enough to get right into that. We'll see how the schedule and everything with work goes. So again, just happy to have chosen the next percent. They were actually the V1s. I don't know if I said the V2 before. I forgot. It's been a long time since I broke out those shoes, but they still feel like they have life left in them. Maybe I'll use them for a couple other fun runs, but they were serving their purpose well for today. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all in the next video.